You believe that was a real event?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
What brought you to that belief? Is this something that you've always had, or is it something you studied it and you've come to this conclusion because of the historical accounts? And that was a crazy movie because it was a great movie, but it seemed like there was resistance to that movie.
Oh yeah, no, there was,
which I thought was very strange. There was like Hollywood resistance to that movie. Like people didn't like that you were making it. It seemed like.
Yeah, there was a lot of opposition to it, and I don't know. I think if you ever hit on that subject matter, you're gonna get people going, because
of course
it's big subject matter, and it's like And my contention is, when I was making it, it was like, you're making this film, and the idea was that we're all responsible for this, that his sacrifice was for all mankind, and that for all our ills and all the things in our fallen nature, it was a redemption. So, and I believe that, I actually am, I was born into a Catholic family. I'm very Christian in my beliefs, So I do actually believe this stuff to the full. So depicting that was an honor, but it was also, you got the daylights beat out of you for it.
Yeah, because there's resistance, first of all, from secular Hollywood, where for whatever reason, Christianity is the one religion that you're allowed to disparage.
Yeah.
Christianity is the one religion where people, all these progressive, open-minded, leftist people, they'll embrace all these different religions until it comes to Christianity. And for whatever reason, that represents like white male, whatever it represents, colonialism, whatever it represents, it's negative.
Yeah, sure, it's gotten a bad rap, and people do feel free to beat up on it.
Mm-hmm.
Even I do when I see it's like, when it's not fair, when I think it's off.
So this story that you want to tell about good and evil, like, do you have a script, or is it just a thing in your head? What is it?
Yeah, it's the resurrection story. Who gets back up 3 days later after he gets murdered in public? Who gets back up under his own power? Buddha didn't do that.
When you're making this resurrection movie now, you also have this obligation. There's this. You're doing a very similar thing that you were doing with the Passion of the Christ, where this is a profound story.
Yes.
When you put something like that together, how do you choose who's going to be the next Jesus?
You use him again.
Caviezel.
Yeah, I know it's 20 years later. It's 20 years later, but
it's the right guy.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be 3 days later, but he got 20 years older. And I think I have to use a few techniques that they've started to get really good with
the CGI, and they can do amazing things now.
You can actually get some of the same people.
And by the time you film it, it'll be even better.
Yeah.
When are you going to start filming?
I'm hoping next year sometime. There's a lot required because it is, I'll just tell you this, it's an acid trip when we wrote it. It is like, I've never read anything like it. And my brother and I and Randall all sort of congregated on this, so there's some good heads put together, but there's some crazy stuff. And I think in order to really tell the story properly, you have to start with the fall of the angels, right?
Yeah.
Which is, you're in another place. You're in another realm. You need to go to hell. You need to go to Sheol.
So you're going to have hell? You're going to have Satan, all that?
Yeah.
Whoa.
For producing such a powerful movie, yet based on true facts, real life events. I know, my dear Mel Gibson, what you have encountered with Hollywood and what they've done to you when you've directed The Passion of the Christ. And I know what you've been through, and also Jim Caviezel. But I want to say, blessed are you for you being persecuted for the sake of the Lord Jesus, for heaven is yours in the end. God bless you, dear Mel Gibson, and God bless you, dear Jim Caviezel, for such a magnificent movie based on true events. And may the Lord reward you abundantly, my dear Mel and Jim, here on earth and more so in heaven. Mel Gibson and Jim Caviezel, to me, these are real warriors. These are true Christians. What's the point? I am the head of the church and I'm a coward. What's the point? I need real men for the Lord Jesus. Men that do not fear. Men that will stand in the face of evil. Not being sold for 30 pieces of silver, yet calling themselves leaders. The Lord Jesus is a warrior, the warrior. But unfortunately, the 21st century Christians are weak, very weak. They sold their master for money.